Okay, this submission, she asked for the basics, like if I was sitting down at her computer and just helping her learn how to edit. And so this is a great photo already to start with. I love the depth of field, and we've got these lines back here that are blurring out, and there's lots to work with here. So I'm going to try to go really basic on this photo, and hopefully the other lessons that I've had have been basic enough that you can understand them. I wanted them to fit for any level, really, um, of photography experience. So this one, there's a couple of things. There's like a little mark right here that I might take off. The rest of these marks look like little freckles, and those I like to leave. So I'm just going to choose right here. This is the spot healing brush tool, and you can click on that or you can just press J. That's the quick way to get it. And then I want to make it the right size for the blemish, just slightly bigger, and then just click over it. Sometimes you can click around too, and it'll make that all go away. So that was easy enough there. And right here it looks like there's a little white thing. That's easy to take care of. So just make sure that all of that's cleaned up. Then I'm going to zoom back out. The crop on this is good. I'm going to see what happens if we make it a little bit closer. And when I crop, I just choose front image, and that makes it the same size as what you took. So I'm going to see what happens if we just move this in a little bit right to the top of the flower. And you can either click on the yes check mark or the no, don't do it, or you can just click enter and it'll crop it. So let's see before the crop and after the crop. There's things about both of them that I like. Just for fun, we'll leave the crop and we'll play with it. You could do it either way. This just adds a little interest and focuses in on her eyes a little bit more. So I'm going to run just a basic action. Maybe for fun, let's try brightening up her eyes a little bit. So I'm going to zoom in, get a little bit closer to her eyes, and then I will use Pioneer Woman's action to bring on the eyes. And then I need it selected the brush for me. I need to make my brush smaller. So I'm just clicking on the smaller bracket keys, and then I just paint right over the iris part. Now, of course, this is way too much. Usually I zoom out because I can see better, but as you can see, that makes her look a little bit like she has alien eyes, and we want to avoid that. So I'm going to pull it down a lot and check the before and the after. What you want to do really is get them to look like how they look in real life. And sometimes when you take the picture, then they just disappear a little bit in the shadows. So you're just bringing out the color that was there before. So there's before, there's after. I'm going to flatten that. And then, let's see, I'm going to try an action on this one. Let's just do classic film. This one's a pretty good clean edit, doesn't change it tons, but just gives a little bit of oomph to it. This action also usually lightens it a bit. As you can see, it lightened up there. I'm going to pull the opacity back. Check my before and after. There's before and there's after, and I like what that has done. I'm going to play around with the light and dark a little bit to see what it looks like with more light. I like a little bit more. And let's try a little bit of rosy cream. Okay, so that way I want to take the lighten off. There's with the rosy cream and without. It just kind of puts a softness to it and a sweetness. Here's before our action and after. And I like how her eyes stand out and how sweet she looks. I'd probably leave it there just flatten and sharpen, but just for fun, I'm going to make a background copy and make it a little bit darker. And then we're going to add the layer mask, invert that, and make a big brush. And I'm just going to paint the background a little bit darker. I think that'll help her stand out a little bit more. Here's without that. And there's with. And I like that, so I'm going to flatten, sharpen, and there we go. Here's before, after.